Good morning or good night to everybody. Give me 1 second, please. I am UnDefine, as you all know. I make videos. Look at the view. It's a beautiful view, is it? Definitely is sun. Excuse the audio for being by the expressway, but I am at a park right now. You know, this is where I come to reflect, and just to honestly to sit in my thoughts. The previous video I made, it has been a couple months, honestly. It's been a very few months. The last video I made before that was back in like 3-4 months ago, probably up to 6, and I just made one a month ago. Finna go on 2, and this is gonna be another video for not even my channel, because I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not pursuing as that. I'm just a person who lost their mind in this world. If it's reality to you all, or it makes sure reality TV, but seeing through this illusion, and it's a beautiful view. I haven't been on a morning walk in a very long time, from process of working, me, going through my self-healing trauma, just to be myself, to be I. A lot of you all, as humanity, as a bunch, you all go by the identity that's given to you from birth. You don't soul search, and that's why you're lost, you're confused. And some people, if you look at me as a leader, look at me as a king, look at me as a healer, and I am those things, but I am nothing. Being nothing is the all state of well-being. That's why I would never put a title on me. That's why I named myself UnDefine. Any label you put on yourself limits you. I also been freeforming. It's been a year. It's been a year and 4 months since I a year and 6 months since I freeform. I like the ponytail that I've been rocking. And then I got them to the side. If you all, for some of you all, if y'all repeated viewers, or if you all are new every view I get as in the video, then the hair growth of mine has been what I've manifested, which is to look crazy, in quotation, because I'm crazy. I wanted that wow look. I wanted that look where everyone's always looking at me, and not for the attention source, because I'm always looked at upon my energy source. I have an energy whereas if when I'm in a dark space of matter, even though my mental state could be at its lowest peak of a physical state, my spiritual state and my energy state is at its highest, it's at its darkest most, which I've actually currently, presently right now, is researching about the void. I want to know deeply more about the void. Why do we get that instant to want to jump off a bridge? Because all the things I have experienced before, even on the part of being suicidal, just in an instance, because there are people that's like that. Go ahead, son, do your thing. Look at that. I can't even see the phone barely. But yeah, my hair is very meaningful to me. It's just another source of being me, being myself, you know what I'm saying? I haven't had hair this long since I was a child, and my hair used to be to like my shoulder, and I'm behind the tree. A very beautiful tree, very beautiful. But my hair hasn't been long since I've been a child, very young, and I actually was very heartbroken when that happened. That's when insecurity started for me, because I have a big head. And I used to get clowned out about that, like just straight clowned down. Some people may be like, oh, it's okay, but your hair is a very important thing of source in nutrition. It nurtures you. It's your nature itself. That's why I started watering my hair, because during the time I was healing, and healing is infinite because we are limited. So we are limited. You know what I mean? But, we are infinite. 008. We will always be infinite. Don't ever let somebody ever feel like you should limit yourself. You should be something you're not. You should follow in accordance to how society is. Any of that. I just lost my job within some weeks ago because I'm not gonna kiss anyone's ass. And excuse my language, but I keep it real. I don't fabricate anything in my life. The people that know me personally on a deep personal note can even tell you I stay true to myself regardless. But you know, it was a building up thing, and because of how I am just in general in a life matter, I don't speak upon a lot of things I feel, so my heart is very heavy. But because of myself, I learned how to heal my trauma. And for the people that's on the outskirts, I can't worry about them. Whatever they go through, how that holds them back on limitations within their mind and their spirit, that's on them. You know, I can't help, but I can't hold their hand directly. We all on the self path. Always. You know, I used to feel as a child, I felt alone. And there is a such thing as being alone. But at the same time, that is an illusion if you feel that you are really alone. Around nature, you will never be alone. Straight vibration, straight frequency. You got people out here that's like-minded. I met somebody at my job that was very like-minded to me. And because I have a big heart when I do things, because everything I do not want to receive anything. I don't want some type of credit. I don't want some type of gift. None of that. It's all about genuosity. It's all about compassion. I'd rather be in love with a woman and a queen I'd rather have compassion for her than be in love. But all I do is show compassion, and it hurts because people are not like that. But that's okay though, because you are doing more than what they're doing, if you understand what I'm saying. But you're never alone, trust me. And me specifically, I was never alone. Even hearing the voices in my head, seeing things that weren't there. I had a spiritual life at a very young age, being born, and to battle that duality as a child, that was very, very difficult. That was very difficult because I didn't know. You know, I'm 19 now, finna turn 20 next year, May 6th. You know, but as a child, I was in fear. I was terrorized by the shadows. I was terrorized by the demonic beings or ancestors, you know, running away, waking up out my sleep. You know, it didn't resonate with me being that young. But as I got older, I started to grow more. I started to become a king. I started to become a god. You know, living in Chicago, it's not many teens like me. It's not many men like me. I learned from a wise man that 85% of the masses is either blind, deaf, or dumb. And I can honestly put that in my reality and make that my perception. More so, being from Chicago, like I said, excuse me, I had to, looking at a car, being a target individual. You won't find many 19-year-olds like me. And it's sad because most average 19-year-olds are very inclined with this illusion. They want money, the cars, the girls, you know, everything that a rapper lifestyle may have. They envision that for some. You know, some do want to be something. You know, it's okay to be a lawyer. It's okay to be a doctor. It's okay to be a hustler, because a hustler isn't all affirmations. A hustler don't mean that you just on the corner and you selling to make work. You know what I'm saying? As in my perception, as a big homie or just someone that's respected, you don't let someone younger than you do what you did, because that's cycling the mentality, and that's why we fail. And I don't understand that between us. And this don't even go for the melanin culture, because I do not believe in race. I do not. It's only one race. It's the human race. And I do not believe in God, because God is a conscious. But in the Bible, though, it even said divide and conquer the masses. And how do they do that? By race, by gender, by equality, by money. All that and all affirmations. God, gold, oil, and drugs. That is how America is run. It's all about the 1%, you know. But You know, that ain't even nothing woke or anything, you know what I'm saying? That's just some broad knowledge, but it's still, it's still helpful for people that don't know. But I honestly came out here just to get some sunlight. I haven't had sunlight in a very long time. A very long time. And the sun feels beautiful. And like I said, the view, sitting behind this tree, the view is amazing. The view is very beautiful. Let me see. I just want to say that always be who you are. Never be afraid to stand out. Never be afraid to back down from authority, to back down from yourself in a battle with the constant state of being a high God and goddess and being a low God and goddess, or being rather a pawn of the system. And I'm not talking about systematically. I'm talking about the system as in this matrix, deluding your third eye, seeing through this illusion. It's a lot of things that people are afraid of to be, but I respect with a capital R people who are not afraid to beat themselves. For example, and quote, men who like men or gay people. I don't call people what a person has done or what a person has liked. I don't call them that title upon themselves. That's a subjective title. We are all equal. Because a man may have $1 million and I may have one does not make me no different. And people who conscious and aware of that, they know that. But people who are not, will be like, oh, what you mean we the same? You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, the real know the real. That is very true, you know? Now, there's no such thing as real. But there is a such thing as fabrication. But that's why we have perception. What we see to believe is our reality. So as I see to sit down and sit here and resonate with nature and everything, and talk to y'all, to whoever this message may go out to, I love it. I'm feeling beautiful. I just got me a new phone, and the camera quality is amazing. And this is not an iPhone. I was thinking about getting an iPhone, but the way my thought pattern is, I was like, no. Thumbprint DNA, no. 3D sculpture of your face to unlock a phone, no. And this is an Android. This is a if you want this type of phone, this is a Samsung Galaxy A10e. Beautiful quality, you know, very beautiful. But I enlight it and I bring it, you know what I'm saying? Because I am the art, even though the phone is recording. But always love yourself. Self-love is such a big thing, and a lot of us, especially in some men, we do not practice that. We let things build up until we explode. You know, we do drugs that numbs the pain, but it just brings us in a lower state of matter. And I'm actually going to do another video on that. I was going to say something, but I'm actually going to do another video on that. Because I got a phone, I'm going to start making more videos. I am. I'm gonna start making more videos. You know, that was the main reason of me even buying a new phone. You know, more rather than the camera quality, but you know, the storage, so I could take pictures of myself, the transformations. I could take pictures of my plants. You know, I could take pictures of nature whenever I go out, and I could record and make videos. And I'm very grateful for that. But I'm gonna make another video about that. But as I was saying, loving yourself is very important. You have to know when to create self-boundaries. You have to know when to create self-love. Because if not, if you put yourself in a self-indulgence where your state is low, mind over matter is very important. For those who do not know, it's a good thing. It's a very positive impact if you learn it. To say mind over matter is when, this is why I created it. So I have an occult, but it's an organization. But I created mind over matter, which basically means that the atoms or the atoms that we have, it's more so when you at a physical state of well-being, you know, your matter itself is lowered to a physical state, so your conscious mind is very dumbed down and low. But when you elevate, you become that king, you become that queen, you become that god and that goddess, and you elevate, so more things resonate with you. Mind over matter is very, very important, no matter what it is. That is something, for those who don't know, is essential to learning. Just scientifically speaking, the atoms in our body, it's matter. It's all matter. This is all one. We all connect as one. That is why the world is the way it is, because it's really a single line. I'm just now going to really intake and understand the music. I seen a post because I have an Instagram, and if you want to check out my Instagram, it's Mele de Sewang. That's beautiful death in Chinese. MILIDESEWANG. It was a post saying that once you understand the harmony of music, you will understand everything. And I just watched a video explaining from cartoons, Daffy the Duck, the Avatar, just explaining how the connectivity of a spiral along the pentagram itself, break it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 to 1, and 1 to 2 as a ratio. As you connecting it, it goes up as one line, as a string, and it goes back down. It goes from right to left and left to right. The same line, nothing changes. Nothing changes at all. Now, like I said, I'm just gonna really understand that. But it's a spiral, like a seashell. Everything is used as a spiral and as rectangles. You break it down piece by piece. It could go from the pentagram itself to a square, to a rectangle, to what's the five shape size? I can't think of it right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's just like this. It's a longevity, 369. It's the same thing as angelic numbers. 1 through 9 is the same thing. 111, 222, 333, so on and so forth. They are the same thing. 369 connects to that, you know? And just look, all you see is rectangles and spirals. Our lungs we breathe is the tree's leaves itself, so within as without, you know. Just a couple hours ago, after watching a video and so forth and so on, I like looking myself in the mirror a lot to reflect. And while doing so, I seen a shadow. Now, yes, I was in the darkness in the bathroom, but I know a shadow from a shadow, not the reflection or the measurement of light. I got closer to the mirror because I get close and face up like this in the mirror all the time because I feel that energy presence. When I first walked in, I was headless. And then when I got closer, the affirmation of the energy got darker and darker and darker. And for one moment, I was the mirror itself, seeing from both ends, feeling that robe tighten, that energy that's shifting upon in myself. I felt that, and it was like, you know, like, whoa, you know, not to say to catch chills or anything like that, but I had just learned the lesson, really. I know all about perception. That's why I'm not judgmental at all. That's why if an aggressive person comes toward me, I do not react, because truth be told, it's just unhealed trauma that they're going through in their life that makes them aggressive. Once you understand this on a psychological note, and once you start learning everything that has been taught to you and reversing that process, your mind will expand, making you lose your mind, making you lose yourself. But it's all to find yourself and reach a higher being. That shadow was very dark. and it was just my energy presence. When I walk outside, I do not like humanity. I don't like people. So when I'm outside, that energy is like, stay away from me. But everyone looks at me because of my spirit. But physically, that energy is like, stay away from me. I don't like people. And I'm not one of them beings that don't like people just not to like someone. I know how humanity is. Humans are very cruel. And I have done some very cruel things in my life. I had done some things that I'm going with to the grave with, or going to go to the grave with. I have done some very cruel things. But I accepted that. I took ownership of that. I took responsibility. But humanity itself is very sick as well. Spiritual welfare is everywhere. This cold air low-key smacking my ears, and I have low iron deficiency. But it's the morning time. This ain't night, because if it was night, I'd be like I'm off K2 or something synthetic, just be shaking, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But oh yeah, one thing with me, follow me, and some things may not be unclear, but understand I'm explaining it the best way I can and resonating. My mind is very universal. I am a madman with the old soul and the universal conscious. So it may seem like I'm jumping from topic to topic to topic, but if you really listen and you hear me, it all resonates as one, and it's gonna connect with you. You may have to play it back sometime, and that's okay. We all not gonna get it one time. There's plenty of things I don't know, you know. But as long as you walking on that pathway, if that's what you want and the desire in your heart, it's okay. You know, we all gonna become a seeker, but after a while, the knowledge is gonna seek you. So I don't have to. Not to say that I'm lazy, because I'm not. But for a while, I was spiritually dull because I wasn't applying myself how I was at all. You know, working was one of the big things, because working fucking sucks. It sucks very bad. And I put myself in that state. And I could be owning countries right now. I done talked to secret organizations and all. I could be owning countries right now. I could be on the dark web working for them right now. I could be making 4,000 to 5,000, just as low as that, by people that reached out to me. But I chose to work because it's not about money. It's not about money for me. That job I was getting was only paying on a good week around 220, average 120 weekly, you know. But I'm fine with that because I know how to manage. I'm not a materialistic person no more. I don't wear nothing material. I got one pair of designer pants of True Religion, and that's it. I wear the same thing over and over, and I know I'm not dirty. You can tell by my face I'm not dirty, and I ain't talking about a physical state, baby. Look at my eyes. Man, just look at this nature, man. Just look at that nature, man. You know, I got another spot too, and I'm not gonna go over that. It's on the train tracks itself. I just sit on the train tracks. I brought people there before, and doing so, it's created a shift or a glitch in the matrix to make them let loose and let out and really just reflect and be themselves, you know. Have you all ever seen the sun radiate energy itself? It's a very beautiful thing. It's like a clear heart. Clear reflects all colors. It's beautiful. To feel the heat, to feel that sun kiss on your body, and to absorb it. For it to purify your eyes and to kill the negative energy within. X marks the spot. X marks the spot. Before I go, I'm gonna do a little freestyle for you all, as always. So, here we go. Man with the old soul, universal conscious, walks alone on a path full of nonsense. But the nonsense is an incline to self-indulgence. The self-indulgence is an incline to self-love. The self-love is an incline of a being, a man, an inner child who is broken. An inner child who's still a child because an adult does not exist. A man, the woman does not exist. That is a physical state. That is an astronaut suit. That is something we eat off our plate. And we do a lot of that in many ways in all affirmations. Greed, lust, love, pain, especially pain. When you all sit in the rain, do you see faces? Do you hear the vibration? Do you hear the calling of the void? Do you want to sit in the middle of the street and get run over by a car? Do you want to stand on top of a bridge and jump off? And watch the pavement let the blood leak as a waterfall? The grass isn't always green. It's not. Sometimes the grass is dull and dry and dead. Sometimes the grass is moist and heavily compact with rain, so the veins are splurged out. Sometimes the grass is invisible. And sometimes the grass is you, and sometimes the grass is me. And sometimes the grass is we. A madman with an oh so universal conscious lost himself in darkness. The love from Melly became abyss. Told his mother he was seeing things at a young age of a kid, but she didn't take him serious. She just thought the devil's playing tricks on him. It's a song I made. Some of us are the chosen ones, some of us are the golden ones, some of us are star seeds, some of us are bleeding, some of us cry, some of us die, some of us prevail. Survival is well. Know that you can do it. Rhythm to my music. I got a few songs, you know, but it's just rhythm. It's rhythm that I output. I've been doing music for about A year or two now. And that all started off with me and my childhood friend being high. Boom, eureka moment. Having straight knowledge spit out. Usually when someone's high, you know, yeah, at first when I first started smoking, because I started smoking my sophomore year. I've been smoking for over 3 years. You know, of course I was high, I was just chilling, but you know, it was genuinely and graspingly accelerated to knowledge and a spiritual gate within ourselves. And you just was spitting bars after bars after bars, you know. But unfortunately, my iPhone had broken. I never got it fixed because I had another iPhone, and I already fixed that like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's the vault. The vault. You know. But I'ma sit here and I'ma enjoy this sunlight, you know. But I will see you all another time, you know. Peace, love, and positivity to you all. Stay enlightened, stay true to yourself. Do what your heart desires. Do what you know is gonna impact the universe. Everyone is here for a purpose, no matter what he or she, the situation they may be in. The homeless man is the most freest man. Gotta take off my glove because my hand cold. But